And these are some exciting times because we have some new content on the way. In case you haven't heard, I'm sure most of you have by now, we have some DLC coming. It will be here on the 23rd of this month. We have a new archetype on the way. Unfortunately, we did not get that new biome, but it's all good. I mean, it makes sense. There's 3 main worlds, and so far the DLCs seem to be, the first one was off of Losum. This one is Yisha, and I'm sure the next one is going to be a spin-off of Narud. So, hey, new content is new content. We got new bosses coming in. As mentioned, the new archetype, the Invoker. What does it say here? It's drawing strength from the nature spirits of Yisha. Not exactly sure what that means, but it's going to harness the mystic power of the jungle. So that's interesting. We're doing, some kind of like spirit build, or it might even involve like the root. Like we might be able to harness the power of the root for ourselves, which could be interesting. I don't know, these are all speculations. We're getting new weapons, new items. That probably means new rings and amulets, all that kind of stuff. Obviously we're probably going to get a new armor. Let me see. Mysterious threats and survivors of unknown origin emerge from the crumbling remnants of the forgotten civilization of Yisha, bringing new challenges for all players. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. Even some of the characters, like when you're looking at the artwork and all that kind of stuff, it looks like, if you remember the Iskall Queen from Remnant from the Ashes, well, I used to call my secret love affair, shout out to my wife, she knows I'm kidding, but yeah, this was waifu until she turned on us and we had to like fight her in that DLC. Then I wasn't as fond of the Iskall Queen. I was like, oh, never mind, you're a pain in the ass now. But they kind of look like her a little bit, or the new armor set and the mask, it kind of looks like that kind of vibe. Segues nicely into what I'm running at the moment. So I'm doing like a skill-based kind of thing, but at the same time like a summon kind of thing. And we're doing status effects because we got the Ahani Crystal. But anyway, just to explain, so we got the handler and the engineer. Let me just make sure I have the right dog. I don't want the support dog, I want the attack dog. And then we're doing the flamethrower. Like I said, we're going for like a status effect kind of thing. I was using the spark fire and then using the Fargazer, so that's a summon. The dog is already a summon. And then what did I have? I was using the tech pistol with the bat familiar. I don't know, maybe I'll keep this as it is right now. We're using the soul shard, so we're increasing all damage by 4% for each summon active. Like I said, we have the handler out. Anytime we put the turret out, that's a summon. And then I have summons with the Fargazer and the familiar, which is funny because we're doing a summon thing and we're not actually doing the summon class. Shout out to the summoner. But then for the status effects, we're using fetid wounds, so critical hits are causing corrosive damage, getting that out there. And then twisting wounds, so we're getting some bleed out there. For the rings, we're using the burden of the Silas, so we're nerfing our ammo reserves a little bit, but we're gaining some mod and skill damage. And let me see, we're using the burden of the destroyer, so we are also increasing damage dealt at the cost of some firearm range. As mentioned, we got the Ahani Crystal, and also as mentioned, we have the Soul Shard. And then for the amulet, I'm using the Ankh of Power, so we're gaining 15% increased all damage, and that doubles for 15 seconds whenever we heal ourselves. So yeah, that's kind of the build that I'm running. Oh, let me look at, I want to switch out my relic fragments. Let's see, so what do we want to do here? I think I want mod duration. On here. So the familiar lasts a little bit longer, as well as the Fargazer. Skill damage, we can keep that because that helps our dog and the turret. And armor, why not? Whatever, I'll leave it on. I don't think there's anything, although maybe I should do elemental damage. Yeah, let's do elemental damage instead of the armor. Where is that? Elemental. Okay, alright. So then that's that. So we're going to be heading out, and what I'm doing is I'm doing some corrupted shard farming. How excited are you guys for the new DLC? And What are some of your thoughts on it? I know there's people that have already gone through that trailer with a fine-tooth comb, just looking at the different weapons, like, oh, this weapon. I think there's like a crossbow in there that I saw. That might be like a new automatic rifle type weapon. The armor set looks interesting. There's a lot to look forward to. Not for nothing, but Yisha is actually, it might be my favorite biome. It has the most bosses that I don't mind fighting. I mean, there's no like fun boss in this game. Like, ooh, I like fighting. Like, no, every boss in this game is an asshole. But they're like the least asshole-ish. Although the Corruptor can kiss my ass though. But for the most part, I really do like Yisha. And I enjoyed running around Yisha in Remnant from the Ashes. Like, Yisha's dope enough for me to not complain that it's like, damn, why are we getting the same biome again? We've already been here. I'm like, nah, Yisha's cool. Go there and hang out. I actually think that the enemies in Yisha from Remnant from the Ashes might have been a little higher on the difficulty scale than the Remnant 2 Yisha bosses. But that could be me. I just know there's a few bosses in Remnant. Like in Remnant from the Ashes, you had the one, I forget, it was like the one boss where it was two of them. And the one had the crossbow that shot fire or something like that. I can't remember his name. Or their names. That boss fight was a pain in the ass. Like, whenever I got that boss fight in Survivor mode, I was like, damn, there's a good chance this run is about to end. Especially if you got that boss fight early. And that's the thing, too. This new Yisha, so looking at the trailer, we're getting these enemies, but they look a little different. But it's like they have kind of like a pastel purple kind of glow to them. They look a little different. I wonder if... Hey. Asshole. Watch where you're going. Ah, John Doe. Hey, what's going on? We waited 5 months for the same world and only one new archetype. I see. I see John Doe is not impressed with the trailer. Nah, I don't care, man. I'm... like, these games, especially something like this, I think they're doing a good job. I don't think games like this are meant to just be played just forever and ever and ever, and every couple of months, like 5 new classes and new world. Like, I'm satisfied with it. Would I have liked a new biome and more archetypes? Of course. But I'm cool. I'm cool. We waited. No new worlds, no new modes like survival. Yeah, Well, are we sure there's no new modes? I'm hearing the patch notes are going to be crazy. I mean, you're probably right. I'm just, I haven't heard that that's the case, I wonder if more people are feeling like that. I'm sure there are people that are a little disappointed that we're going back to Yisha and not going somewhere new. I mean, shoot, I was playing Remnant from the Ashes the other day and running around on Rome, or Rom, whatever you call it. And it was kind of like, damn, I missed this place. This place was fun as hell. Even though that place was kind of kicking my ass that day. The only thing that I could say, though, is from what I did see of Yisha, it's like Yisha 2.0. It didn't look like the same Yisha. It's like you're in the jungle again, but... And some of the enemies looked familiar, but that's it. It's not like the same enemies. Like Losum, I think you were fighting some of the same enemies with like maybe a few, like it was just the frogs, right? It was like the green and the blue frog were like the real only new enemies. And you had the new elite that was like that super guard dude that's like chasing after you and tried to kick you in your chest and kick you down. Like there weren't a lot of new enemy types from what I can remember from the Awakened King. But this Forgotten Kingdom looks like it's going to be all kinds of new shit happening. I don't know. I think that matters, Like, I know we're in Yisha again, but if the enemy variety is different enough, and, I mean, we're getting, like, multiple new weapons, multiple rings, multiple, like, all kinds of shit. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm playing through again. Oh, okay, John Doe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need new worlds and Survivor. So that's the one thing where we're like 100% lockstep on. Yeah, we definitely need, because that was like that. Was that the most fun that I was having on Remnant from the Ashes doing Survivor mode? Then you would have different rewards tied to like if you could get through like 5 consecutive bosses, 10 consecutive bosses without dying, that sort of thing. Like the closest I get to that is just starting a new hardcore character. It's like the closest you get to Survivor. Because Survivor, what made survival mode fun on Remnant from the Ashes is just trying to survive with whatever you have at hand. Like you start off in your underwear, basically, and it's like, okay, and $1,000, and it's like, okay, go. And it really, you gotta like decide, damn, where am I gonna spend my money, all that kind of stuff. That is dope. Yeah, 100% with you on that. Like, yeah, we need survival mode again. And I would say, if not a survivor mode, my suggestion and recommendation is to have like some kind of like a boss gauntlet kind of thing. Like you could do that in Sekiro. Sekiro, once you beat, I think you have to beat the game, but then you could enter a mode where you're just fighting. It's just the boss fights. You're just doing boss fights, and you want to see how many bosses. And what makes it challenging is you'll go from one boss to the next with the same pool of health. You're not like replenishing health or anything like that. So that was a challenge. Definitely a challenge. I can see something like that being really dope in a game like this. Okay, fuck all of y'all. God